What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So personally, I am never going to be the guy who has 15 credit cards because that's just not my style, but I do see the positive benefit that a credit card can have if it is used properly as a financial tool to build your credit score and get that sweet, sweet cash back. But since I really only want to carry a few cards in my wallet, I have to be very selective about what credit cards I apply for. And that has brought us to one of the most popular options, especially for a second or third credit card, and that would be the Citi Double Cash Rewards card, which has been around for a number of years and has remained unchanged and unmatched by competitors. So today let's brush up on what the Citi Double Cash card has to offer, take a look at how it compares to some of the newer cards that are currently on the market, and answer the question of, is this card still at the top of the pack if you just want a flat cashback reward? If you do enjoy today's video, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who you think could get value out of this video as well, and of course, let's jump right into it. So we've looked at a few different credit cards here on the channel, including the Discover It card, which is by far my top pick for the best beginner credit card, as well as the new Chase Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited cards, which are very similar but offer slightly different benefits. But the Citi Double Cash card is one that I get questions about all the time, and it's definitely a contender for the best intermediate cashback credit card currently. So the reason it's called the Citi Double Cash card is because you're gonna earn 1% cashback on all of your purchases and 1% cashback when you pay off that purchase. So let's say you go out and spend $100 on this credit card, then you're going to earn 1% back, or $1 when you make that purchase, and another 1% or another $1 when you pay off the amount on the card. So if you're using this card properly and paying it off at the end of every single month, as you should be without fail, then when all is said and done, you're going to be getting unlimited 2% cashback on everything. So for every $100 you spend, you're going to earn $2 back, which may not sound like a whole lot of money, and it's not, but this can add up very, very quickly. That said, one bummer is that you do need to have at least $25 built up in cash back in order to cash out. But again, if you're using this for your regular everyday purchases, as you should be, and not going out and buying anything crazy, then you should be able to hit that $25 threshold pretty easily. Now that flat 2% is pretty great, and it's super easy to keep track of, and there's no complicated categories or anything like that. But how does it stack up against the competition like the Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited cards that we looked at a few weeks ago? Well, the Freedom Unlimited card, for example, is going to offer you 1.5% cash back on everything, as well as a slightly higher cashback rate on a few specific categories. On the flip side of that coin, we have cards like the Discover It and the Chase Freedom Flex that are going to offer 5% cash back on different rolling categories that are constantly changing, but I know this is a pet peeve for a lot of people, and then you're also going to get 1% cash back on everything else. So the flat 2% cash back on the Citi Double Cashback card is definitely an advantage if you want a set it and forget it card with no other rolling categories or anything that you have to keep track of throughout the year. But what else is attractive about this card? Well, for starters, it has a $0 annual fee, meaning you pay nothing to get the card, and this is largely viewed as a fantastic intermediate card that can help you take your credit score from a really good 600 or 700 to a fantastic high 700 or even higher. Now, on that note, you likely aren't going to be able to qualify for the Citi Double Cash card if you have absolutely no credit history, which is kind of a bummer, but again, this isn't necessarily designed to be a beginner credit card. So if you have absolutely no credit history at all, then again, I would definitely check out the Discover It card, because that is where a lot of people, myself included, got started with building their credit. And I was able to take my score from 0, because I had no credit history, to a high 700 in under a year using nothing but the Discover It card. But once you get that decent credit score in a high 600 or low 700, then you kind of stall out and you'll find that your credit score will kind of stop going up. And ultimately, you'll start looking for a new credit card or new line of credit. And that's where something like the Citi Double Cash card comes in. So beyond that fantastic 2% cash back, you're also going to have virtual card options, which is essentially where a random temporary card number is generated when you go to pay with this card, which keeps the merchant from having the actual card number itself, and in theory and in practice, keeps your information from being stolen and means you don't have to replace that card if it does get stolen, which is really nice. I know we've seen this from a handful of other credit cards and a very few amount of banks or debit cards, but honestly, it's a very rare feature and something that I wish more companies did offer. You also have various Shop Runner services, which is an online platform that gives you various retailer benefits, including free shipping from certain retailer sites, which is another great benefit, especially if you do a lot of online shopping. But beyond that, that's really it. And that's kind of a pro and a con, because again, this card is really simple and there's no rolling categories or 3% on this and 2% on that and none of that crap to keep track of. It's just 2% on everything and that's that. And for a lot of people, that in itself is a green light for this card. But if you're looking to get the absolute most cash back possible, then you need to take a little bit of a closer look at your spending habits. Now again, I am not a huge credit card person with every credit card under the sun like Kevin O'Leary.
Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 21.
But I definitely am into it enough to know that certain credit cards complement others a lot better than other combinations, if that makes sense. For example, the Discover It card and the Chase Freedom Flex card both offer nearly identical 5% rolling categories, meaning getting both of these cards would kind of be pointless because you're going to be getting the exact same benefit. Although I will mention that the timing of these categories is different, but still I think there's some better combinations out there. For example, the Citi Double Cash card gives you that 2% unlimited cash back on everything, and then you could couple that with something like the Discover It card that is going to give you access to those higher 5% rolling categories so that you can get 5% there and then 2% back on everything else, and that is a really great combination. But why get something like the Citi Double Cash card over a newer option like the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which again is going to offer you 1.5% cash back on everything and higher rewards on various categories? Well, again, I don't want to make this too overcomplicated, but it's going to come down to your spending habits and where you spend most of your money. If your spending is super sporadic and all over the place, then you probably would be better off getting something like the Citi Double Cash card, because then you don't have to keep track of all of those various categories and figure out which card you want to use. You're just going to get 2% cash back on everything, regardless of where you're spending your hard-earned money. However, if you know for a fact that you spend a lot of money in specific categories like dining or groceries, then it might make sense to look into a card like the Chase Freedom Unlimited that offers 3% back in those specific categories. I know that might sound a little bit confusing and unnecessarily complicated for just choosing a credit card, but these are the questions that you want to be asking yourself and the things you want to be thinking about in order to maximize the amount of cash back that you're getting out of your credit cards. Now, the Citi Double Cash card used to be at the top of the pack without a doubt, so why is it that it seems it has slipped down the ladder a little bit, despite still having the same 2% cash back that it has had for the past several years? Well, it's tough to say for sure, but I think there are two main reasons that caused this. The first of which being Citi actually removed a lot of great features, such as the World MasterCard benefits, which allowed you to get extended warranty protection and even travel insurance when you used your Citi Double Cash card. But they got rid of that, meaning those benefits are just completely gone. But for a lot of card members, this honestly didn't matter because they weren't using those benefits anyways. But the other huge reason that I think the Citi Double Cash card has kind of slid down the ladder a little bit is because other companies like Chase have come out with some newer options that provide greater benefits for the average consumer in specific spending categories. Now, let me be clear, there is still really no one, at least no mainstream companies, that are offering the simplicity of 2% back on everything. So if you're the kind of person that hates those rolling categories and you just want a flat cash back on all of your purchases, then the Citi Double Cash card is definitely a great option for you. But as the rolling category model has increased in popularity over the past few years, companies like Chase have released new cards that are geared towards individuals who spend a lot more money in specific categories, allowing them to earn a lot more cash back depending on where they spend that money. So at the end of the day, the Citi Double Cash card is absolutely still a fantastic option, if you ask me, for most people who are looking for a flat cashback reward and a way to add another card to their collection that will allow them to build their credit score a little bit higher if your credit score has flatlined. Now, I will mention that the Citi Double Cash card does have a variable interest rate between 14 and 24%, but this should be absolutely irrelevant information because if you're going to get this card or any other credit card for that matter, then obviously you should be paying it off at the end of every single month without fail. Please, if you take nothing else from this video, pay off your credit cards at the end of every month. So take a closer look at your spending habits and see if there is a credit card that offers higher rewards in the specific categories where you spend a lot of your money. I know this might be a little bit of a hassle and maybe a little time consuming, but even just giving a few minutes of research to this topic can really help you earn significantly more cash back, and at the end of it all, you might find that keeping it simple with something like 2% cash back from the Citi Double Cash card is the best path for you. Either way, let me know what you think of the Citi Double Cash card down in the comment section below, and what your favorite credit card is that gives you the most cash back, and of course what other credit cards you'd like to see me review on the channel in the future. As always, if you did enjoy today's video and you want to help support me, it would help a lot if you would hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who you think could benefit from this information as well. As always, thank you so much for your time. I seriously do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.